There we go. That's right, because I did it earlier. Okay, so our warm-up today, and hopefully you all saw my email about bringing something that resembles a cone. And remember, we do not need to have anything there that resembles a cone. We can always just kind of step over a line. Excuse that sound of the chair on the floor. We can always step over a line on the floor, but today is going to be our linear stepping mechanics day. All right, want to make sure we get that in during our 9-day rotation, okay? So I like to start off this warm-up in the chair. So please feel free to grab a seat there, and we'll do a little crescendo warm-up today. All right, so first one I'm going to do here is going to incorporate our upper body mobility, okay? So I want to make sure, you probably can't see my toes from here, but that's fine. My toes are pointing forward, and my knees are pointing forward, okay? That's really important that we keep that the way it is. I'm not going to put my arms out in front of me like I'm going to dive into the swimming pool, and I'm going to open up my chest to the wall over there, come right back to my starting position, open up my chest to the wall on the other side, and just work on that rotation. All right, there we go. I'm going to put my timer for 30 seconds. We'll go ahead and get started if you haven't already. Just open up that chest, work on keeping the lower body staying facing forward and the upper body turning. If you can get all the way to 90 degrees or even farther, that's great. Doesn't have to be perfect, right? Just get some nice rotation there. Checking my timer here. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Now from here, class, I want to start to warm up the lower body. Okay, I'm going to tilt my camera a little bit. And we're going to start off with our seated heel to toe raises. Okay, so I'm going to lift my heels up and drive my toes into the floor. And then I'm going to do the exact opposite. I'm going to work on pulling the toes up and driving the heels in. Okay, so we're going to work on the calf in this position and then the anterior or front lower leg muscles there. We'll go for about 30 seconds here, just going back and forth. Really drive your heels and your toes in the ground here. I want you to think about that ground being like Play-Doh or putty, and you are pushing your toes and heels and making an indent there. Really get the most out of that movement. About 10 seconds here. There we go. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Now from here, class, I'm going to scoot back a little bit. I want to go into our seated knee drives. So what I'm going to do in this position here is sit nice and tall, first of all. And I'm going to work on bringing one knee up, keeping the toes pointing up. And I'm going to push that knee with my hand as it comes up. And then I'm going to push that knee with the same hand as it comes down. Now remember, both the ascension and the descension there, ascending and descending is what I should have said there. Ascending and descending there should be resisted, okay? So we're not just gonna let the knee fall as it comes down. It should be a controlled, resisted descent there. There we go, that's my word, all right? And we're gonna go back and forth between the left and the right leg. One thing I've also noticed here, class, when you lift up one leg, I want you to make sure you don't lean over too far to the side. Try to keep your torso nice and tall as you lift those legs, all right? And keep those toes up. Let's go for 30 seconds here. There we go. I always find a way to not be able to come up with my words at least once in this class, every session. There we go. Push those knees up and down here. Very good. I see a couple, I can't see who's who there, but I can see some legs moving up and down there. Pretty good. Or I can see some people sitting there, moving their bodies. Really good here. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Now, I like that as a little extra resistance kind of through that range of motion. Now we're going to go into a little more dynamic marching. And I want to start off seated. So as you see here, my legs are coming up, my toes are coming up as well. Now, when my right leg comes up, my left arm is gonna come with it. We gotta make sure that those mechanics are sound, all right, with our walking. They're similar to our walking and our running here, all right? I got my timer going. We're gonna go for 30 seconds. Try to stay nice and tall. I just caught myself sitting kind of slouched right there. It's really easy to do it, right? So you gotta try to catch yourself. Big chest here, pinch the shoulders. At the end of this 30 seconds, I'm gonna push this chair back and we're gonna go into our standing marches, all right? That's gonna happen in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and stand up there if you're comfortable, all right? And I'm gonna tilt my camera, there we go. And now we're gonna go into our standing marches. Now we can progress this, all right, by pulling those knees up even higher. Make sure we're picking those toes up too, we're not just gonna let them dangle there, right? Pick those toes up. Now the higher you push your knee, the longer you're gonna be in a more of a single leg balance position. Feel free to have a chair there if you prefer that to help you stay a little more stable. 3, 2, 1, relax, very good. Now, we're gonna relax for a second here. I want to continue to work on some of the broomstick stuff that we did earlier. Now, we don't need a broomstick, but if you feel comfortable, I want you to maintain your marches here, and we're gonna work on some supination, right? Palms up, and pronation. And we're just gonna go back and forth between those positions. If you wanna just stand still and do this, you certainly can. Or if you want to add your marches in, I'll go to the other side. There you go. If you want to add your marches in there, you're more than welcome to, right? I like to have a little bit of wrist work in the warm-up after our broomstick one to kind of capitalize on that mobility work that we did previously, right? 3, 2, 1, relax. Very good. Now, keep those marches if you want to. I want to go into our wrist flexion and extension. So I'm going to have my palms facing down, and we're going to rev that motorcycle engine here. All right, if you want to grab a weight for this, you certainly can, or if you just want to do this here, just kind of rev that imaginary motorcycle. There we go. We're going to go for about 5 more seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Now the last one here before we start our workout, we're gonna go palms up and we're gonna curl. All right, we're gonna bring those palms in toward the body. Hopefully you can see that there. I'm bringing my palms in to face my chest and my shoulders, and then I'm bringing them right back down. We'll go for about 7 more seconds here, class. Again, maintain those marches if you want to. 3, 2, 1. Relax, very good. I also like holding the arms out there. I should have said this, and I apologize. If you wanted to hold your elbows here, you certainly could have. If you held your arms out here, you might have started to feel your shoulders beginning to work there as well, which is good because we do have some shoulder working here today, class. But that is going to be after we work on our stepping mechanics. So here I have this yellow cone. It says the word verb on it. Hopefully you can see that. I don't know if that's the company or what, but verb. Gonna use this one today. And remember, we can always have that line on the floor being what we use instead. I'm gonna tilt this camera a little bit. I'll push it back and then do that. There we go. So if you remember from previous sessions doing the stepping mechanics workout, we're gonna begin with our linear forward-backward movement, all right? We're gonna get 4 sets of 20 seconds on each side or each leg here for this linear workout. And for this one only, not the lateral one, I'm going to encourage you to add some stomping, okay? Hopefully you're not living above some people there. They might get a little annoyed during that superset, all right? But that's okay. They'll get over it because we're working on being healthy with our bones with this one, remember? Working on that bone mineral density throughout the lower extremity, okay? So now, with that being said, we're going to get 4 sets of 20 seconds there. And then I'm going to pair with that the bent over row, all right? So we're gonna get into that good athletic type position. We can go with the dumbbells, or we can go with the resistance band, and we're just gonna pull that weight up to our armpits, get a good shoulder pinch with that back nice and flat, and we'll come back down. Now, I wanna change this up a little bit today. Instead of going 10 reps, I wanna go with 15, all right? 15 reps, a couple more than usual. I think that we can handle it though. I'm very confident we can do 15. So, really quick, just showing that double leg anchor here. Got my resistance band here at the handles. I can wrap up some excess and pull the handles up the exact same way, as long as y'all don't mind the squeaking underneath my shoes. So, let's go ahead and get started. I need my stopwatch. Let's get started with our stepping mechanics. And again, if you don't want to stomp, you certainly do not have to, all right? That's just an option. I just think it's going to be very beneficial for the bones and the lower leg there, all right? So I don't really care which foot you start with, but we're gonna get 20 seconds going over our line or cone or whatever you have there in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Go ahead, stomp on that ground there. Remember my analogy that I have for this workout. I want you to pretend that your body is that crane game, right? With the claw that gets that little stuffed animal, pick it up and drop it into the little box there in the machine. 3, 2, 1. Relax, very good. Hopefully my stomping isn't too loud there on the camera speaker, but let's go ahead and knock out the other side. Go ahead and go right into it. Stomp on that ground, pick up those toes, right? And kind of going back to that crane game here, I want you to make sure that your brain is in complete control of where you're dropping that foot every time, all right? You need to be in complete control of where your foot lands. 3, 2, 1, relax, very good. So that's one set down on the stepping mechanics. Let me grab my dumbbells here, my band, since I'm actually closer to the other table. So I'm gonna go with dumbbells to start, and I'm gonna try my best to remember that we're doing 15 reps here, okay? So I'm gonna get set in a good athletic position. Now, kind of similar to our dumbbell fly here, class, I want you to remember to have a good forward lean and keep that back nice and flat. Have this pull be a little more horizontal than vertical, all right? Just make sure you stay comfortable with that as well, okay? Let's knock out 15 reps here in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Coming up, back down, that's 1. Pinch those shoulders, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, going to 15, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Very good. Hopefully we got good shoulder pinches on every single rep there. That's so important on that set for the upper back strength and health. And that's gonna really help too. You know, if we get really good at pinching those shoulders here, class, that's gonna really help with that thoracic spine rotation, right? If you're not happy with how your mobility is here, it'd be really worth focusing on that shoulder pinch to kind of help facilitate that a little more. Now, let's go into our second set of the linear forward-backward steps. And remember, we're gonna have the stomping here for all 4 sets. We're gonna get started in 3, 2, and 1. Picking up those toes. There we go, pick up that knee. Remember, the longer your knee is in the air, right? The higher you pick up that knee, the longer that you're gonna be in a single leg balance position. So if that's what you're trying to do, maybe have a wall or a chair nearby. 3, 2, 1. Relax, very good. Let's go ahead and switch sides and go right into it here, class. Ready? There we go. complete control of where that foot lands, both in front of and behind that cone. Oh, as I proceed to kick my cone. Oops. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. I got to make sure I have good control too. I don't want to say that to you and then kick my cone by accident. So I'm going to do resistance band for this next set of 15 reps for the bent over row. I'm going to establish my double leg anchor here. Wrap up a little excess and get my nice bent over position with my back nice and flat. Let's go ahead and go right into this set here, class. Ready? Coming up and back down. That's 1, 2. Good shoulder pinches here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, going to 15, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Very good. I think that was 15. All right. Now we're already halfway through this first superset. Now I'm going to continue doing my forward backward with this next set, right? But I'm going to do a side view this time. All right. I want to make sure I get a little of both in there. There we go. Oops. So set number 3, same exercise. I'm just going with a side view here. All right. Let's go ahead and go right into it. Ready? Get that good stomp. Control that foot placement here. Very good. Picking up that knee, picking up those toes, right? Now those toes are obviously going to have to lower down a little bit as you're beginning to step down, right? 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Side view on the other side. Let's go right into it. But we want to make sure that we're really picking them up as the knee gets up to the top of its raise up there, of its rising up there through your range of motion. Why I can't come up with that word today, I don't know. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Get those good stomps in there. Might be better if you're stomping on carpet. All right. Now that's set number 3. Let's go to set number 3 on the bent over row. I'm going to go back to the dumbbells for this one once again. This is our third set of 15 reps here. Let's go ahead and go right into it. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Very nice. At 3 sets down, we've got 1 more set of each exercise, and I'm going to go with a side view once again for our last set of the forward-backward steps. All right? So find your cone there. Let's go ahead and go right into this last set here. Okay? Here we go. Good. Getting those stomps in there. If you want to, right? Don't have to do the stomps. Pick up those toes. Very good. Very nice. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and relax. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Ready? Go ahead. Very nice. Really stomping hard here. Like we're squashing a bug. I use that cue a lot with my tennis kids, right? Squash that bug when we're stepping on the tennis court. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and relax. Now, before I forget, let's do that last set of the bent over row. I'm going to go with the resistance band for this last set. Got my double leg anchor here. up some excess in the end. Here we go. Let's go ahead and go right into this last set here, class. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Very good. That's one superset down already here, class. Grab a sip of water and catch your breath if you need to while I go over the next superset, right? Now, from previous workouts, I'm sure you already know, if we did our forward backward, we're also going to get our side to side. Now notice I'm no longer stomping, right? The benefit of stomping kind of wears off after you do your first couple sets there, right? So if you want to keep stomping, I'm certainly not going to stop you. Just keep in mind that the stomping might not be as necessary or as beneficial, I should have said, as it was for the very first set, all right? So I'll be stepping normally there. I'm still going to make sure that I am controlling exactly where my foot goes, picking up the knee, picking up the toes, no matter what the height is of my object, even if I just have a line on the floor, working on those good gait mechanics, okay? Now, the movement I want to pair with the lateral stepping today is going to be our overhead press. Now, if you remember, I always have a lateral raise alternative for that press. If you remember, we can start off seated. And I like to show the seated option because of the resistance band, right? So I'm going to start off with my palms facing my body here. Feet are going to be nice and flat on the floor, good posture. As I begin to press up to the ceiling, my palms are going to twist to where they're facing forward, get that full extension, and then bring it right back down to the start, okay? We'll go 15 reps with this superset as well to keep it even, okay? So don't forget though, we can always do that standing, okay? Seated or standing with the dumbbells. Now, if we want to go with resistance band, I encourage you to maybe stay seated, okay? It's going to be quite the challenge to stand having a double leg anchor there and get those handles at shoulder level and then press them above your head, right? So, but if I'm seated, I can still get a great workout here. My handles are going to be in my hand here with my palms facing my body the same way we had the dumbbells. Press up and twist the palms out and then come right back down to the start. That'll also be 15 reps. Now, if we want to avoid overhead press, period, we can go with that lateral raise option I mentioned before. And we start off with a bent arm, right? That's the beginning of our progression there. I'll get this chair out of the way. Okay. So it's going to have, there we go. I almost started doing the fly there by accident. So I'm going to get my arms up in a very similar position at the top of my rep. It's going to look like I'm going to try doing my goalposts, right? But we just start here at the side, and then we raise up, right? Get a nice little pause at the top, and then come right back down, all right? That's going to take some of the pressure off the shoulders. If I want to make that tougher, straighten those arms out, right? And then just make sure that we are getting a little bit of a forward angle on that raise. It's similar to that leg raise, right? We want to make sure we're not just going out to the side only. We want to be going back a little bit too as we go out. Just in this case, it's going to be going forward slightly instead of just straight across. And now that I can see myself better, I can see that that is a pretty good difference between this and that. All right, so this is what we want to be doing here if we're going to go with that one. Let's go ahead and start those lateral stepping mechanics here. I've got my stopwatch ready to go. Remember, I'm going to line myself up next to my cone, and I want to make sure that I'm not going all the way out here and then not able to get back. So be careful with your range of motion. Let's go ahead and go right into this set here. Ready? Go ahead. Very good. Remember, you've got that normal step here, not stomping anymore. I almost did stomp on that very first step, though. Just a nice normal step here. If you want to keep stomping, you can. Got about 5 seconds left here. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and relax. Let's switch sides. I got to come to this side of my cone here, and let's go right into it. Go ahead. Pick up those knees, pick up those toes. Try to keep your torso staying nice and upright. We don't want to be leaning over like that, right? We want to stay nice and tall. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Now, going into our set here, I'm going to go with the overhead press with the dumbbells for this first one. I'll go standing, all right? And I'm going to try my best to remember 15, not 10, okay? And you know what I'm going to do actually? I'm going to do this and go kneeling. There we go. All right, 15 reps here. Let's go right into it. Going up, twist those palms out, back down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think 8, 9, 10, 5 more, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Very good. Go ahead and relax there. Now, really quickly, kind of similar to my question that I had for you all on Wednesday, right? Whether or not 3 sets versus 4 sets is too much for the sword pull and the wood chopper, right? Please let me know if 15 is a little bit much for the overhead press. That can be a little tougher exercise, and the lateral raise as well. If I need to keep that at 10, let me know, okay? We'll keep riding with the 15 for the rest of this workout. Let's go back to our cone for the lateral step. I'm gonna go with a frontal view one more time. And we're gonna go ahead and go right into this next set here, class. Ready? Go ahead. Pick up those knees and toes. Place that foot exactly where you want it to go, right? We can even think about how we can apply this to real life, right? Maybe we have to step over some toys, right? Maybe we have the grandkids over, or maybe we're visiting them, and I got a ton of toys laying all over. Gonna have to be really good at stepping around those. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Let's go ahead and go right into the other side here. Ready? Go ahead. Another good example here. You know, maybe we're outside carrying the groceries in. Maybe you've got an uneven driveway. Maybe you got to take a little lateral step or a big forward step over that little dip in the concrete or something like that, right? Really think about how we can apply this to real life here. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. That's 2 sets down. Let's go into our second set of our shoulder choice, is what I could call this one, right? And I think what I'm going to do is the seated overhead press with the resistance band. Ever since we started this class, I have gained a new appreciation for this band that I never had before. So I'm going to use we're going to use our hips as that anchor here, right? If you're choosing to use it. Got my handles up and ready to go. We're gonna go ahead and get started in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Coming up, twist those palms out, back down, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 more, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Very nice. We're halfway through this second superset here, class. Now that 15th rep there with the resistance band, that one got a little tough there. So keep in mind, do whatever's best for you, whether it's an overhead press, lateral raise, and whatever equipment's best for you. All right. Let's get set number 3 going here for the lateral step. And I'm going to try doing a side view for these last 2 sets as well. It's going to be the exact same exercise. All right. Starting on my right foot here. Let's go ahead and go right into it. Ready? 20 more seconds. There we go. Picking up that knee, picking up those toes. Very good. We can add a little pace to this as well, right? Kind of think about our cardio here. Add some pace, maybe add a little bit of knee bend here. 3, 2, 1. Relax, very good. Let's switch sides here. Okay, remember, we can always kind of think about maybe a little knee bend, maybe a little faster over the cone, right? Whatever you want to do there to kind of increase the challenge. Let's go right into the other side here. There we go. Oh, forgot my timer. There we go. 20 seconds. Very nice. Try to stay going lateral. Here's where we maybe don't want to be going forward or backward. We kind of want to step straight out to the side here if we can. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Doesn't have to be perfect, right, where you place your foot. You just want to be in control of where it is. For the last 2 sets, I'm going to go with the lateral raise. You continue to do whatever works best for you here for this 3rd set. All right. I'm going to come to this position here, and I'm going to get with the. I'm going to do the bent arm lateral raise here for this one. All right. 15 reps here in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? I'm coming up and back down. That's 1. Got a sneeze coming on here maybe. That's 2. We'll see if it actually happens. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Very good. All right, now we've got our 4th set of those lateral stepping mechanics here. And I'm kind of thinking about how, if I wanted to, we could do this bent arm raise into a goalpost. We could do that as a compound movement sometime. That sounds like a good idea. All right, maybe not 15 reps of that though. Maybe we'll just stick with 10 for that one. But let's go into our last set of the stepping mechanics here. And I guess that sneeze went away too. So let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and go right into it. There we go. That's something I haven't really gotten into as much. I know Nicole, maybe you remember Nicole and Daniel, they got into some compound movements here and there toward the end of their internship. I always liked that. I never got into that myself. That's probably something that we can add to this in the fall. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Let's go ahead and switch sides here. Last time through on this one. Let's go right into it. Very good. Got my 20 seconds going here. Pick up the knee, pick up the toes. About 8 seconds left here, class. Very good. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and relax. Now the final set, I can get this cone out of the way here because we are done with that. My verb cone. We're going to go to our last set of the lateral raise here, or the shoulder choice is what I should be saying. And we got 15 more reps before we move into our last resistance training superset. All right. I'm going to go with the straight arm raise this time. So we're going to go ahead and get started in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Coming out and a little forward. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, gonna turn around here, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Very good. That is it for that second resistance training set. Now, really quickly, grab some water, grab a breath here if you need to. I'm gonna go into our third set. Now, I'm gonna shorten this one a little bit, all right? If you remember those standing ab twists, that's gonna be our first exercise for this set here, okay? So I'll grab my band for that one. I don't know if y'all remember last year toward this time. This happens to me every year. This is about the time of year that my allergies start to kick in, right? And they really kick my butt. So I don't have my headache kit here with me. I have a lot of decongestion pills in there specifically for this time of year, and I don't have them. So anyway, we'll see if I can get those when I get home. But standing ab twist, I'm gonna get my left foot on the band here. If the left end of my band is on the floor, then I'm gonna use my left foot, right? Then I'm gonna have the other two here, or both my hands here, either holding the band handle near my shirt, like a goblet hold, or I could hold it straight out, have that be a little tougher on my shoulders. Remember, if my left foot is the anchor, I'm always gonna be twisting to the right. We always wanna go away from the anchor, all right? And then I'll take my band and switch sides. We do the same thing, all right? I have the face-to-face classes do this one in their warm-up every once in a while when we're here in class. So we'll do, because that's a unilateral set, just like the other ones, it kind of takes a little longer, we'll try for 3 sets of 10 on each side with that one. Now the exercise that I'd like to pair with that here today is gonna be our calf raise, right? We spent all day so far working on the front of the lower leg. Let's complement that and balance ourselves out, get the calves in there. So we'll go 3 sets of 30 seconds to pair with the 3 sets of 10 on each side for the standing ab twist. And if you remember the way we've done this before, find that chair or wall, and we're gonna go with a double leg calf raise for 30 seconds, or we can go single leg, and then I'll give you a countdown halfway through and let you know when to switch. I don't know how popular that single leg calf raise is, but I do like to have it in there just in case there is somebody that wants to try it, all right? So let's start off here. I'm gonna get this chair out of the way. Let's start off with the ab twist. So I got my resistance band here. I'm going to lay the left end on the floor. All right, I guess there's not one designated end as left or right, but just one end of the band on the floor, step on it with the left foot, and we're gonna get 10 good twists here in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very nice. Only doing 10 on this one, yep. I hope I said 10 reps there at the beginning, right? Just 10 on each side for these ones. All right, let's get the other side here. Move that band around. Get a nice firm anchor there. Let's go ahead and go right into it. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. Okay, that's 1 set down already. Let's go to the calf raises, and I'm gonna have to make sure I get these last 2 sets squeezed in here before we get to cardio. All right, so let's go ahead and go right into this calf raise. Double or single, I'll let you know halfway through when to switch if you're doing the single leg. All right, I'm gonna start my timer in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Go ahead. Find a nice pace that works for you here. I want you to be able to get up as high on your tiptoes on your last rep as you do on your first, right? So I don't want you to kind of burn out. 3, 2, 1. Switch legs if you're doing the single leg. I don't want you to burn out your legs in the first 5 seconds and then have nothing left for the end of the 30 seconds, right? 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. That's the exact same concept as what I'm talking about in the cardio, right? Don't go 150% at the beginning, right? We're doing that crossbody punch or something like that, and then be too tired to finish at the end, right? So let's find my band here. Let's go with set number 2 as I begin to run out of time. All right. I'm gonna set up my anchor here on the left side, and I'm gonna get 10 good twists here to the right. Let's go ahead and go right into it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. Let's switch sides. I think that was 10. Man, gotta remember how to count. Okay, here we go. Ready? Go ahead and go right into it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. It's always that last superset is when I'm already thinking about my cardio. Trying to remember what my 2 exercises are every day. Can't forget my stopwatch here. Second set of the calf raises here, everybody. All right, I'm gonna get my timer going for 30 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Again, getting up as high on the last rep as you do on the first. Up on those tiptoes here. Good full range of motion. 3, 2, 1. Switch legs here. There we go. Continue to breathe. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. So let's get our last set of the standing ab twists. I'm really glad I'm only having us do 3 sets. Chair out of the way. There we go. Once we get set up, we'll go ahead and go right into it. Ready? Go to the right here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. Let's go ahead and switch sides here. Setting up my anchor with the right foot. Now I'm going to get my 10 twists to the left. Let's go ahead and go right into it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. That is it for the standing ab twist. We can put that band away for the rest of the day. Let's knock out that last set of the calf raises here. Got my stopwatch. Let's go ahead and go right into this one. Ready? Go ahead. 30 seconds on the clock. Keep that breathing here, right? Going to be talking about breathing a lot here in a few seconds. In through the nose and out through the mouth, as always. 3, 2, 1. Switch legs. If you're doing the single leg, keep that good pace, get that good height on the toes there. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Hopefully we're feeling even, right, between the front and the back. Maybe a little more tired in the back right now because we just did the calf raise, right? Now, for the cardio, okay, 2 exercises I have for us today. The first one's going to be the half jack, okay? So remember, I've kind of cut the time length on the half jack. We do that one for 30 seconds now. Remember, we can go with same side arm and leg going together. So I can go right, and then left and left. I can go with both arms up at the same time and then getting one leg at a time simultaneously, okay? Or if I'm feeling a little adventurous, I can go with the full jumping jack, all right? Once again, 3 sets of 30 seconds. Now, the exercise I want to pair with that, need to make sure this isn't my boss. Nope. There we go. We're gonna make sure that we're going into the 2x2 side step. That's what I was trying to say. There, 2x2 side step. So we're gonna find that good athletic position. All right, hips and knees are good and bent. Back is nice and flat. We're gonna take 2 nice steps over and 2 steps back. All right, remember we can modify that with depth, distance on the step, or we can go with pace, okay? So that'll be 3 sets of 45 seconds. Okay, why don't we go ahead and go right into this first set of the half jack here, and then we'll get through our cardio and get to the cool down. So, gonna get started in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? First set of that half jack, just going 30 seconds. This is my favorite version of that half jack. I like to get both arms going and then just get one leg out. In fact, I feel this in my calves quite a bit as well as the outside of my hip, right? Because we're getting a very similar movement to that lateral leg raise here, right? If we're going with both legs together there in the jumping jack, we might be getting it even more so than the half jack. 3, 2, and 1. Relax and reset. 2x2 side step. Go right into it. Keep those feet apart. We don't want those feet coming too close together. Remember, this is 45 seconds. This is going to take us to the 115 mark. There we go. I'm saying it out loud, so I keep it straight in my head. Got about 15 seconds here before we transition back to that half jack. Very good. I can see those bodies moving there in the little boxes there on the side of my screen. 3, 2, 1. Relax and reset. Half jack here. Go ahead and go right back into it. Very good. Get those arms moving. Might be kind of fanning yourself a little bit with those arms going up and down. Or maybe you're fanning your partner there if you're got somebody there with you. Very good. You can get a nice wide step on that half jack there too. Kind of progress that as well. Right? The distance on your step. Checking my time here. 3, 2, and 1. Back to the 2x2. Go ahead and go right into it. There we go. Very nice. This is our second set of the 2x2. We're gonna get one more transition in about 20 seconds. We'll get that last set of the half jack going there. Very good. 10 seconds left here, class. Keep those legs moving. Keep that pace consistent from beginning to end. 3, 2, 1. Relax and reset. Half jack. Last time through. Go ahead. Keep that breathing here as well. Don't forget that. In through the nose and out through the mouth as best you can. Very good. Get that nice distance on that step. We need to make sure to get a really good calf and lower leg stretch here after this. My calves are burning. Keep it up here. 3, 2, 1. Relax and reset. Last time through, oops, on that 2x2 side step. There we go. 45 seconds here. And then we're gonna go into that cool down. Very good. You can see those bodies moving back and forth. Nice job. Covering some good distance there, I hope. Remember that depth that pace and that distance there to progress this movement. 15 seconds to go. Keep it up. Very good. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. That is it for the cardio. And I'm looking down here. I'm glad I didn't step on these during that 2x2 side step. That would have been bad. Okay, grab a sip of water here. Catch your breath. I'm gonna go to the gallery view again. I like this way so I can look at the thumbs. Here we go. See a 1 thumb there. Thank you very much. Couple thumbs there. I'm glad I cut that half jack set to 30 seconds instead of 45. My calves were pretty tired there at the end. See a couple more thumbs there. Good. Don't rush, right? Wait. I want you to wait till you're ready. Remember, I think that the cool down is not as beneficial if we're winded, right? See a couple more thumbs there. Good. Couple more there. Awesome. I think we'll go ahead and get started here. I'm going to go out of the gallery view. There we go. And zoom out. I have to zoom my laptop in to like 400% if I want to push on the buttons and stuff. So I got to take a couple seconds to zoom out there. So why don't we go into our first stretch of the cool down. If you remember, one of the exercises we had today was the bent over row. I want to complement that with our arm reach across, right? That's such a versatile stretch and one of my favorites of all time. All right, so remember to pinch that shoulder back, okay? As we go, we're gonna bring that arm across and add that little dip in there as well. If you're gonna add that dip, maybe get into a little bit of an athletic position so you stay nice and balanced. I got my timer going here. I wanna do this for 30 seconds, but I probably talked for like 10 of it already, so I'll go for 20 on my stopwatch here. This is the first day in a while that I didn't have clicking in my shoulder doing the lateral raise, which is good. 3, 2, 1, relax. Let's go ahead and switch sides here. Pinch that shoulder back, pull that arm across, add that dip if you'd like to. Like I said, I am fairly confident I'm gonna have to get some surgery, at least on this shoulder, at least, but probably both. About halfway through this stretch already. That's why I'm such a big advocate of pinching those shoulders back when we do this stretch. We want to keep those shoulders stable and protected. 3, 2, 1, relax. Very good. Come out of that stretch with control. Now, to help complement the overhead press or the lateral raise that we did, I'd like us to do our back scratch test. That's also going to help with that flexibility, and it's a continual assessment of that flexibility, right? So, got my stopwatch here. I want to do everything else for 30 if I have time. This one's only going to be for 20 because of the breathing challenge, right? So let's get right arm up and over, left arm down and around. Got my 20 seconds going here. And I don't know about you, some of you might even get a little bit of a chest stretch out of this one as well. I notice after I work my chest muscles, sometimes I feel them working again, getting a nice stretch in here with this one. 3, 2, 1, relax. Let those arms come down with control. Very good. Let's stop my stopwatch there, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. So now my left arm's gonna come up and over. My right arm's gonna go down and around. Hopefully my shirt stays down. There we go. Keep that breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Very good. Trying to reach those fingertips there. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Come out of that with control. Very nice. Now, I want you to find a chair or a wall here, class. We need to get those calf muscles stretched here. All right, gonna get my computer or laptop screen down. by my chair. And remember, we have two ways that we can emphasize the ankle movement here. We can go with front heel emphasis or back heel emphasis. So here, if I get my staggered stance, this is back heel emphasis, right? Heel stays flat on the ground with the rest of the foot, and then we get a nice forward lean. Front heel emphasis, if I want to take my foot and put it up against the back of my chair, I can do this at a wall too, and then lean forward that way. We're going to get a great stretch that way as well. Either one of them is fine. I got my 30 seconds started. Go ahead and pick one. I'm going to do one of each here. My clients in the face-to-face class, I have a mix. Some of them like the back heel, some of them like the front heel. So I want to make sure that we introduce both each time we do this stretch. Very good. 3, 2, 1, relax. Very nice. Now, you go ahead and switch legs while I switch sides. And I'm going to do my back heel, or back heel emphasis there on the other leg. It's going to show them those different ways to do this. Hopefully this chair doesn't slide on me. Very nice. Now from here, we need to make sure that we get a good stretch to complement the twisting that we did in that last superset as well. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, relax. I want us to find a chair here. And we're gonna go with our modified Hollywood stretch or our seated back twist, also known as Hollywood stretch, on the floor. So remember, in the chair, I'm gonna turn, expose a corner, get a good twist. Ooh, got some cracks in my back that time. If I'm on the floor, get one leg out. I'll get the left leg to cross over this time, and then get a nice twist into that thigh. So that's one thing I like to say. If my left leg is crossing over, I want to be turning to the left so that my belly button goes into my thigh. Okay? Let's get 30 seconds of either one of those. Oops. There we go. Go ahead and start. There we go. I hope I don't spend all of Nordic Fest sneezing when I go up there. I don't know if any of you have gone to the horse show at the state fair. I went there 2 years in a row with Eleanor, and I must be allergic to horses because my lungs start to close up in there. 3, 2, 1, relax. Let's go ahead and switch sides. I don't know what it is, but every time I go into those horse shows, I need to go out and get Benadryl out of the vending machine. Let's go ahead and get 30 seconds on the other side there, class. Now the back twist, I've always thought of this one as not as much of a stretch as it is about just pushing your body through a good range of motion, right? It could just be my hypermobility is why I never really feel a big stretch with this one. But to be able to push your body in this range of motion is really important, right? Just like when we talk about in the warm-up with the twisting of the torso, right? 3, 2, 1, relax. Very good. Now, if you remember, I've got 2 stretches left. One of them we're going to do together, and the last one I want to have you try on your own. It'll be the quadriceps stretch, if you remember that one, okay? But to get the muscle in the front of the lower leg here, we're going to try to do an ankle circle, all right? And this is a little bit more dynamic than some of the other static stretches that we do with the cool down, but I really think it's going to be good for these muscles here next to the shin that hopefully you felt working during the stepping mechanics, right? These muscles have to be strong or else we're gonna be tripping over all kinds of stuff for not being able to pick those toes up, right? So here, I'm gonna get one leg out and I'm just gonna draw a big circle in the air with my toes. And I want you to really grind through or push through the toe point, right? I've been told I have pretty good dancer's toe, right? So when you get to that dancer's toe position, really point that toe, hold it, and get a nice stretch there, all right? I'm not gonna time this one as cleanly as I do the other ones, but I'd like you to get about 15 seconds in each direction on both feet, okay? So I've been going counterclockwise on my right foot, all right? Go ahead and start if you haven't already. Okay, I'm gonna go a little bit longer here, and then I wanna have us go in the other direction on the same foot. So now, go ahead and switch if you haven't already there. I'm now gonna go counterclockwise on the same foot, and again, really emphasize the toe point part of that circle, right? Maybe shouldn't have said grind through, that probably wasn't the best word. Just really push through that point of the circle. Obviously go to a point of mild discomfort, never pain. 3, 2, 1, relax. Let's switch sides here and do the same thing. Pay attention to which direction you're going here, right? Point that toe down. Get a nice big circle drawn in the air there at those toes, all right? Hopefully you don't think I'm showing off that dancer's toe. I just have a little more ankle mobility than I know what to do with. There you go. Pointing that toe down. Really push through that pointing part. Get that stretch in the front of the lower leg there. Go ahead and switch directions on that leg. Last little part of this stretch here. And then we'll talk about that quadricep stretch again. About 10 more seconds here. I really feel this in my calf as well when I pull the toes back up. There we go. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Hopefully that kind of makes those lower legs feel a good stretch there after all the work we did on them today. Oh, I need this chair. The chair is my cameraman. So if you remember, I want to kind of have this stretch be in there periodically. Here's my quote unquote bed, okay? I think this would be better for you to do this on your bed at home instead of on a short little table like this. But just remember, if you lie on your back or supine, right, just work on getting one leg to hang off, one leg will stay on, and then get that foot back behind you. This is the same position as the assisted chair lunge, as the standing quad pull, and the staggered stance quadricep stretch, right? Just another little different way to kind of get that stretch in the front of the thigh and in that hip flexor. Then when you want to switch sides, I want you to go ahead and get up and turn your body around and then do the same thing on the other leg. I would love for you to try to get 30 seconds on each side there. But because I'm pretty sure you probably don't have a bed right there in that room with you, I'll leave that for you to do that. And give me feedback on that one. If you have trouble with it, I'd like to try to help you. There we go. So I want a gallery view. There we go. So that's all that I have for you for today, class. I want to thank you so much for participating, and please do go try that quadricep stretch. If you don't like it, you can always do the other 3 that we have there. I just want to make sure we get a good stretch there.